Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I am here with an FGO servant analysis video. I will be reacting to Durga slash Kali Archer demonstration and all the other stuff related to her. Now before I begin, I'm sure you've seen the disclaimer. I'm going to, every video that I make on Durga and Kali, I'm going to give this like a disclaimer on every video. And what I'm trying to say is whatever my reaction is, however I react to it, it is my own reaction. It isn't something that I would say that every Indian would share. So me being happy about this doesn't mean that every other Indian you might bring this across will be happy about. There's a problem with that whole thing. Someone tried to come and harass me. I wouldn't call it harassment. It wasn't really harassment in that sense. It can't try to come bother me. I think bother is a better way. Bother me with this, kind of implying how I was the reason why everyone is actually saying that, oh, Indians are fine with everything that is happening. Since I was happy, every other Indian must be happy. That kind of narrative they tried to put, and I was like, no, I am me. I'm the only person who's reacting. I cannot speak for everyone else. Everyone else, few most of the people that I have known are kind of okay with it. A lot of people are happy, and there's a few people who are not really happy about it. So it differs. So me being happy doesn't mean everyone else is happy. So so that kind of thing. So I just want to make that clear. This is just my reaction, I cannot really say for everyone else. So that's something that I wanted to clear up. And obviously if you guys have been playing FG, you must definitely know this is definitely not Durga or Kali. This is Sakura. And as far as I know, these are pseudo servants. Durga and Kali are components that are within their soul. They take them as vessels, just like Ishtar is inside Rin's vessel, and Parvati is in Sakura's vessel, and Ganesha is in Jinako's vessel. That kind of thing. So this whole controversy in itself is pretty stupid in my opinion, because in no way can FGO bring gods down. In no way is that possible. Gods just come and stay within a person. That is what is happening. So if you guys know about it, I don't understand where the hell this controversy is coming from. It's not Durga or Kali, it's Sakura. Inside them is Durga or Kali. That's what is happening. I don't know, I'll stop talking about all of this. I just wanted to make this clear that in no way I represent reactions of every other Indian. So don't make that mistake, please, and don't come and bother me with any of these things. I'm just happy, getting to see a person or a god from Hindu mythology here, and I'm just happy about that. So please let me be happy. Anyways, so yeah, now that is out of the way. I'll be reacting to the character, the newest summonable character, Durga slash Kali, and yeah, let's see. I'll look at the servant demonstration, look at the skills, and also the noble phantasm details, Ascension art, all that stuff, and yeah, give my opinion on the whole thing. So let us get started then. As always, all the videos that will be used in this reaction will be, the original links to them will be provided in the description box if you want to check them out. And yeah, without further ado, let us begin. So first, we will be beginning with the servants demonstration for Durga or Kali Archer. So yeah, let's get started. So here we go. I'm very excited about this. Let's see. Oh, she's wearing a sari. I love that. This is the second Ascension. Oh wow, okay, I really like that. I was wondering why did they not. So there you go, it's in her second Ascension. Okay, nice. I'm glad that they actually put her in a sari in one of the Ascensions. That's nice. Okay. Alright. Let's see what her animations are. Oh yeah, I love this. Oh! Damn! Okay, that's really cool. Wow. Oh! Okay, yo, okay, I really like it. Wait, is her noble phantasm going to change? I think so, in her third ascension? Oh, I really hope that's the case. Alright, let's see. Okay. Oh, I love whenever the tiger comes. Okay. Yeah, her extra attack is really nice. I like it so much. Oh, wow. Oh, yes. Oh, she's like Arthur, isn't she? Changing all the cards into... Oh, nice. That was good. Yeah, this one's my favorite out of all the animations. So when she uses... Oh no, this one's the favorite now. Oh my god. Okay, this is amazing. Oh wow. Okay. Yes, okay, I'm really loving this. Okay, that's very nice. Okay. Yeah, I hope the noble phantasm changes. Yeah, this noble phantasm was also very cool. All the 10 weapons coming down. And yeah. Okay, now the third ascension, let's see. Okay, that was Durga and now it's Kali. Yes! Okay, yeah. It's changing. Yep, the noble phantasm. It's this one. I'm so glad. Oh, this is one of the coolest noble phantasms I've ever seen. I love how she just rotates and just... Yes. Okay. Let's see her animations. Will this surpass the second Ascension animations? I think it might. Let's see. Okay, come on. Wow. She's like Shine. Oh yes, yes! Oh, this is so good. Oh my god. Whoa! Okay, one thing I'm like, what can I say? Like, they actually spend a lot of time on her. Like, 2 different sets of Ascension animation, 2 different noble phantasms. Like, I love the animations of this one so much. Just look at them. Look at the colors and everything. Oh my god, yo. Wow. Okay, yes. Yeah, this Ascension art animation is my favorite. Okay. Okay. Oh wow. Yes, okay. This one's my personal favorite. She uses her weapons to directly attack. Yes, okay. Okay. Like, I love how it's so different than the second Ascension. Like, it's completely different, and I feel like a lot of people will switch from her third Ascension, like, keep third Ascension for a while, switch to second Ascension. Oh wow, okay, that was good. Keep the second Ascension for a little bit, you know, like, according to what, when they like, you know, like. Right. Like, the Noble Phantasm in itself is just, like, just look at this. And this, like, where she completely moves, like, rotates, revolves around the whole thing. Wow. Okay, yes. Amazing. I love it. Okay, let's see her Ascension, you know, like, voice lines. Okay, I heard this one. I already summoned for her. I'm pretty sure that video is already out. If it isn't, it'll be out later. I've heard the summoning line. Okay, let's listen to it again. I have no idea what she said there. Most goddesses are here to destroy evil. I think that's what she says. I'm not exactly sure. She seems so robotic in her first Ascension, doesn't she? Okay, I love this one. Like, I'll either keep this or her Kali form. What? Okay, I wasn't able to understand what she said there. She was talking about... I think that she was talking about, like, destroying evil or something like that. She's very stoic. Oh wow. She's very to the point and direct. And there she is. I want blood, I want killings, I think that's what she says. Okay, there's a big reason why she puts her tongue out. I'm going to explain it later. Like, and she again changes Durga. Oh, I won't reject that anger part of me. Oh, she's saying that I won't reject my anger part because that is, I think, like, that is part of the, like, okay, it says something like that is part of my power or something like that. But for humans, it is very difficult to keep that part because they get what was that word? They get submerged in that anger. So it's very difficult for humans to do that. For me, it is okay, or something like that. She says, like, I can, like, you know. So that's why she's like, be careful to keep your anger in check, or something like that. She says. I think it's like something along those lines. All right. So yeah, now like I was saying, the reason why she I'm pretty sure a lot of people will like think of other stuff like it's going to make this whole thing very weird, but the reason why she puts her tongue out is there's a big reason behind it. She was dancing to destroy the world, and no one was able to stop her, where Lord Shiva, who is obviously her husband, comes in, and he decides to somehow stop her. How does he stop her? He lays down, and Kali, after while dancing, suddenly puts her leg on top of Shiva's chest, and obviously, since Shiva is her husband, she realizes what she did, and she gets embarrassed, and then she stops, and since she was embarrassed, she put her tongue out, like in way of saying like, oh no, I did something wrong, and she felt disrespectful towards her husband, and that's why she put her tongue out. And that is why we show her as one leg on top of Lord Shiva's chest, and other hands holding all the weapons, and her tongue out. That is how we have seen goddess Kali, their statues, their idols everywhere. We have a festival dedicated to goddess Kali, we call it Diwali, or in West Bengal or Kolkata we call it Kali Puja. And we there's 2 days it happens in West Bengal. One is Kali Puja and the next day is Diwali. So we it's a festival of sound and light. We we burst firecrackers. Those two are the 2 days where we burst firecrackers. Just like how in Japan, in summer there's summer festivals, and in summer festivals it's very normal for everyone to burst firecrackers. Here in India, it is we burst firecrackers on Diwali and Kali Puja, 2 days. And I remember when I was a kid, I used to be so excited for every year for these 2 days. One of the best, I used to just wait every year for Kali Puja and Diwali, and also Durga Puja as well. The 5 days that we used to worship goddess Durga. So 5 days for goddess Durga. A few I think a few weeks later, yeah, Kali Puja or Diwali. And we used to have a lot of festivals back to back at that point. So yeah, when I was a child, I remember being the most excited for the 5 days of Durga Puja and the 2 days of Kali Puja. It was amazing. And buying firecrackers and kind of lighting them, and was one of my best memories every year of my childhood. And yeah, so there you go. That was the reason why she puts her tongue out. Now, I gave a very brief summary. I'm sure there's a lot more stuff that happened. I probably don't know that. I'm not any history expert. I'm just sharing with you guys what I know and what I have heard in my childhood. So me being an Indian doesn't mean I'm I know everything and all stuff about all of these things. There's a lot of things that I might not know that you guys might know about it as well. So yeah, but anyways, so there you go. That was the animations, and like I said, the second Ascension animation was very good. There's two particular ones, both of them involving the snake, that I really loved. The one which kind of the snake comes up and gobbles the enemy. The other one when she the snake kind of goes around her and the snake shoots a something like a beam or something. Those two were good. I also have to say I really liked the second Ascension's extra attack. That was really cool. I love how she does this. Her hair kind of goes up and the flame just envelops her and completely that is what happened. And I really like that one as well. So in the second Ascension, those two were really good. I really appreciate how they gave the second Ascension of goddess Durga a sari, because that is how she is actually. I was very surprised why when she was teased, she didn't have that. So I was like, why did they not do that? They could have kept the same base design as Parvati, and everything would have been okay. But yeah, we have a second Ascension now, and we can see that she does have a sari over there. And yeah, and also the third Ascension, like I said, the best part of the third Ascension is a Noble Phantasm. I love the Noble Phantasm so much. I love the way they have done it. How she first kind of starts dancing, and then she kind of becomes this big, and with all the hands with the weapons, she attacks, while completely like revolving around the enemy, and then she like, it has like so many stages to it, and I just love it. And out of the animations, I have to say the ones that I really loved is where she takes out her weapon and like, kind of attacks like this. Like she has multiple hands, so it's like she has like four hands attacking at the same time. That is extremely cool. Like there's one thing I've always loved, and I've always wanted to see more in like, games, and like, like anime games, be it or anime, is like characters with multiple hands, like four hands, like, like six hands. I've always wanted to see this. It's very rare to see characters like that. So I'm so glad that we have Kali here, who has like 10 hands. Now there's one thing I don't actually understand. I feel like it would have been better if they gave Durga 10 hands and gave Kali like 2 or like 4 hands. I'm not exactly sure why they did it like this, because like we like, are accustomed to seeing goddess Durga with 10 hands. 10 hands, 10 weapons. I've seen like, goddess Kali with 10 hands, I guess, but it's very rare. Usually I think goddess Kali has like 6 hands. You know what, let me just check. It's been so long. Nowadays, like, like, okay, let me check. Let me just quickly check, because as far as I remember, goddess Kali has 4 hands. Sorry, not 6. Sorry, I thought the 2 hands and the other 4 hands are separate. No, 4 hands. Yeah, like there are also like, goddess Kali, like, like pictures with her having 10 hands, but like giving goddess Kali 10 hands and goddess Durga 2 hands is something that I don't understand why they try to do the design like that. Like they could have given like, goddess Durga like, like 10 hands, and goddess Kali like 4 hands, or maybe 2 hands. 2 hands is also fine, I guess. No, 2 hands is not fine. I guess 4 hands would have been better. So I don't know, like I'm not sure why they did that. I've heard like someone kind of said that, oh, maybe because they didn't give goddess Durga 10 hands is because it's difficult animating it, but they gave goddess Kali 10 hands, so why not goddess Durga? I don't understand that part. I'm not really sure. Oh, maybe because it's probably because of Sakura, isn't it? Like, like it's Sakura's body, I'm guessing, so like pseudo servant, that is why. But then why does her third ascension have 10 hands then? I don't know, these are the questions that I have. I'm not exactly sure. Either way, yeah, like the animation, the Noble Phantasm animation is beautiful. I just love how they did that. And like I said, the one animation that I really loved is where she used these like, like the weapons to attack with multiple hands at the same time at the enemy. And yeah, so I really appreciate how they gave so much to this, like, because here's the thing, like a lot of servants get a lot of love, and I've seen FGO like especially puts a lot of love towards Indian characters, and I'm so happy about that. Like there's like so many characters that are completely broken, like Arjuna Alter, like he's broken completely, and he's one of the Indian servants. Karna, back in his days, Karna was one of the strongest characters. Like like if you had Karna, you were set, something like that back in the days. Nowadays she's kind of but then like like all the other characters, like we have Bhima now, and like Parvati is also a very good quick looper. Like Kama is one of the strongest assassins in game. Kama Avenger is like on par with Space Star. Like I love how Indian characters, almost all Indian characters are completely broken in this game. And I just love how much they put their effort into Indian characters. That is one thing I just love about like about this game. And I can see how much effort they put in Durga and Kali as well, because we have 2 sets of animation. Obviously every character has that, but what I'm most impressed about is like usually what it is like the 2 animation sets that we have, the character designs are almost similar, with a different set of like like attacks and stuff. It's almost similar. However, here it's completely different set of like, it's like you're playing 2 characters. It's basically the second ascension and third ascension are completely different. Like heaven and hell difference. And also how like like the like they kind of like put, what do you call it, like like so much effort into both of the ascension at the same time. Like the third ascension Noble Phantasm is like one of the best Noble Phantasms I've ever seen. So all in all, yeah, I'm very glad that this actually like like she actually looks really like good. Her animations and everything is just so amazing. I really love that, and I really am appreciative of that. Okay, so there you go, that was the animations. Now time to check out her Ascension arts and also her skills and Noble Phantasms, and I want to see if she's also very strong or something like that. Like I said, most of the Indian characters in this game are broken, and a lot of them are very strong. So I would guess Durga and Kali would also get the similar treatment. Let's see. Either way, let us look at the Ascension arts, and I'm going to talk about the Ascension arts here. So first of all, this one we have already seen in the teaser. Now I'm going to just look. Okay, so you can see now, like I said, I was so confused why they decided to give a character design like this, because I was like, I don't know, like what can I say, like couldn't they keep the same base design as Parvati, because that's how we see goddess Durga as, with a sari, and so I was thinking like why did they do this, but we have a second Ascension now and we see that she has a version like that. So here you can see obviously she has white hair obviously. Now I don't know, like maybe because it's like Sakura's, like maybe something happened to Sakura's, like I don't know why they gave her white hair. I am not exactly sure. Anyways, but I guess she kind of looks good in white and red. And now, again, I'm saying I'm not a history expert or a mythology expert. So the only things that I might know, I'll share with you guys. There's a lot of things that I might not know. If you guys know about any of behind any stuff or any kind of extra stuff behind something, let me know in the comments. Don't hesitate because I'm an Indian, and don't feel that, oh, I cannot write comment and try to rectify you because I'm an Indian and I'm talking about an Indian character. Don't no hesitation. If you know anything extra, and if you want to kind of let me know about more extra stuff, feel free to comment below. Like I feel like a few people might actually hesitate because they might think like, oh, that he's an Indian, and if I talk about one of the Indian gods and act as if I know better than him, how will he feel? No, I won't feel anything. I'll be glad if you enlighten me about a few extra stuff that I might not know. Anyways, so here you can see I can see a snake. Now here's the first thing that I don't understand. Why does she have a snake? Like maybe is it because Lord Shiva, I'm guessing, because obviously Lord Shiva has snakes, a lot of snakes. So maybe is it because of that, or is there a bigger significance behind that snake? Let me know if you guys know anything about that. So that, and as you can see, obviously she has her weapons. You can see, I'm not exactly sure what this is behind her, this red thing. And yeah, and her character design, all in all, is quite good. Like you can see that her she has red hands, and she seems a lot, what's that word, stoic, very reserved, kind of speaks to the point, and very to the point, and very quiet. So that's kind of interesting. I wasn't expecting that this type of way that she would be. But I guess goddess Durga, I'm not exactly sure, but I don't think goddess Durga, I don't know. But yeah, her personality is interesting. I wasn't expecting her to be like this. It's not that she's completely quiet or doesn't react at all. She does react, because you can see in her, I think it was her third Ascension or something, or was it the second Ascension, where she was kind of trying to justify oh, this the change in dress is because I think she said something like I want it, or it's not because I want to, something like that she said. I cannot understand full Japanese. Broken I kind of understood. So it's not like she's completely stoic. She kind of shows emotions now and then. But yeah, so yeah, and I love her hair. Her hair is just so just all over the place, and it's very nice. And I like the skill where she uses, not skill, sorry, the third the extra attack, where her hair goes full up, and the flame kind of envelops her body. That one's really good. So yeah, this is the first Ascension. A lot of us have already seen this, so I don't think this is something new. But from here onwards, we get the new Ascension. So here we go, the second Ascension, and I will say this: this is my favorite one. Now you can see that she is wearing a sari, and if you guys don't know, this dress, we in India call this a sari, and it has I'm sure you've seen this dress multiple times in maybe other shows, movies, or maybe animes and stuff. I remember a few characters actually wearing a sari in a few other animes. Very rare, but there are a few characters who actually have sari. If you have seen I think which show was it? I remember a character wearing a sari. Which show was it? Oh, I think it was Fairy Tale, the movie. Like there was a movie, Fairy Tale movie, not the second one, the first one. There was a character called Eclair. I remember. I think she was also wearing sari. So it's very rare, but I really like when anime characters and characters in game have like Indian clothing and sari. Like it looks really good and really beautiful. And yeah, you can see this one's like full red. Like she has, and oh, I love her hair ornament as well. Her hair ornament is like a flower on her head, and she has bangles. Yes, nice. Like those bangles she has on her head. Yeah, what else? I think that's a necklace. Not a necklace, but like a big, like a thing. Necklace kind of. And yeah, now this is the best character design. I expected something like this throughout all her ascensions. Now, like I said, I don't really mind. However, I feel like a lot of people will mind, especially people who don't play FGO. They might actually get offended looking at the first and the fourth ascension, not the second or the third ascension. I doubt they'll get offended by watching the second or the third ascension. Second ascension is this one, which is very appropriate for Goddess Durga. I think this is perfect. Third ascension is Goddess Kali, and I don't think anyone will have any problem with Goddess Kali, because in our Goddess Kali is depicted as a character who doesn't wear any clothes. She has like a lot of skulls, human skulls on her body, like necklace they kind of wear, has like decapitated head on her hand, and like that. That is how she's depicted. So I don't think second and third ascension will bother anyone or piss anyone off. First and fourth ascension art might actually be a source of I don't know, like a few people might get offended or bothered by it. So yeah, I think this is what is going to happen. So I'm not really sure. Like I said, I don't care. I've been watching anime and all that stuff from a long time. I know how to know how to kind of make separation between fiction and reality. I'm not like people who are going to make a mistake as if like, oh, this is a freaking game, like just don't don't get too heated up about it. It's a game, and another thing, like I said, these characters are not even the characters themselves. In FGO, in no way is it possible to directly call down a god. That'll be kind of broken then. That is why they do pseudo servants. This is Sakura. This isn't Goddess Durga. This is Sakura. And the person within Sakura is Goddess Durga. That's what I think as far as I understand. So yeah. So like that is also another thing. So yeah, like that is why I'm not really bothered by it, but I feel like a few people might, and they might actually make a fuss about this. But yeah, like now that she's out, I doubt this will go any further. I'm pretty sure this whole thing will die down in a few days. But for a few days, just yeah, just I guess I gotta just like I feel like a few people might actually complain about this. Hopefully they don't come to my Discord or my channel, just like it happened before. But yeah, like I'm fine. Like I said, I can make distinction between fiction and reality. I'm not really completely gone crazy. Anyways, I started ranting. So yeah, I'm very I like this ascension a lot. My favorite ascension out of the first, second ascension. I'm not including third because I feel like third ascension is something completely different. And like I said, I feel like I already have her. I summoned her in JP. What I'm going to do, I feel like I'm going to switch her ascensions now and then. Keep her second ascension for a few while. Keep her third ascension for a while. Kind of get to experience both her animations and everything. All right, so there you go. My favorite one is the second one, and here we go. The third ascension is this one, and this is obviously Goddess Kali, as you can see, 10 hands, and yeah, we have a lot to talk about in this art. So first of all, you can see, I think you can see her third eye. Yeah. So you can see there are multiple weapons. Now I'm going to see, and try to decipher all the weapons. There is a lotus in one of her hands, and there is a mace. I'm not really sure what that is. There's like a pointed, small little spear, or what is it? I'm not really sure. There is like a little bell. One hand has a snake. Another one has a Sudarshana Chakra. That's what it's called. We call it Sudarshan Chakra. It's like a thing which we have like this and kind of rotates. If you I think like Vishnu and like Krishna also had it. If you like like launch it, it goes and cuts off like other people's like heads and stuff. So that is a Shudarshana chakra. There's an axe. There is like a trishula, or a trident as they call it in English, and oh, there's a mace. It's interesting how they included mace as well, because yeah, I do remember seeing in like in a lot of goddess Durga, like like pictures and everything, and even in the like like the idols that we worship, mace. She also has a mace. So interesting that they include a mace. Like here we call it a gada. I think that's what we call it, but I guess its English equivalent is mace, like something like that. So there you go. Now, one thing, you know what? I'm gonna do something here. I'm not exactly sure about. You know what? I'm gonna check something. Goddess Durga weapons. There's like a significance, like like between each and every weapon, and each and every god gave a different weapon to Goddess Durga, and there's like a big story about that. There's a few parts that I know. However, a lot of the things I've actually forgotten. It's been so long I've heard all of these stories. All right. So I'm going to read this, and hopefully this article is correct. Okay, so let's have a look at the importance of Goddess Durga's weapons. Trishula or trident. Trishula was given by Lord Shiva to Goddess Durga. Yeah, I remember that. The three sharp ends symbolizes the three qualities humankind is made of. Alright, Sudarshan Chakra, like I said, the one that spins. The gift from Lord Vishnu, there you go, to Goddess Durga, symbolizes the center of creation. Lotus. Okay, I forgot about who gave the lotus. I think, was it Brahma? Lotus is considered the symbol of Lord Brahma, which represents wisdom and liberation through knowledge. Yes. Bow and arrow. Who gave bow and arrow? I don't remember. Okay, let me read. It was given by Pavan Dev and Surya Dev. Okay, as a symbol of energy, it also symbolizes that Goddess Durga controls all sources of energy in the universe. Sword. Sword was given by Lord Ganesha. It symbolizes knowledge and wisdom. Vajra. Vajra is like a lightning, like a bolt. Gifted by Lord Indra. Vajra symbolizes firmness of character, determination, and supreme power. Spear. Gifted by Agni. Spear symbolizes auspiciousness and also signifies fiery power. Snake. There you go. Lord Shiva's gift to Goddess Durga. A snake is a symbol of consciousness and energy. Mace. It symbolizes that humans should be loyal to the devotion of Goddess Durga. One should keep love, loyalty, and devotion the touchstone of their lives. I don't think they mentioned here who gave the mace to Goddess Durga. Conch. Conch is a. I'm sure you know what a conch is. Like it's like a like this kind of thing. Like we use that, we blow that the conch in like in while worshipping like gods and goddesses. And like we kind of blow them and it makes a sound, like that's our way of paying respect. And so yeah, it was gifted by to Goddess Durga by Lord Varuna. Okay, this is a symbol of primordial sound called Om, from which the entire creation emerged. You know about Om? I'm not really sure if you guys know about Om, but it is like this, like this and this, like it's like a symbol, and we believe that that is the symbol that has been heard from the center of the universe. It's a symbol of power. It's a symbol of where everything started. Like, and there's a lot of things about the Om as well. And if you're interested, you can check it out. It's very interesting. And yeah, and we believe that this symbol and this like sound Om is actually a source of power and a source of creation and like in everything where it started, that kind of thing. So there you go. That is the significance between the different weapons, if you guys wanted to know. And this is a lot, like I said, there's a lot of stories like with Goddess Durga and like Goddess Kali. Like in Indian mythology, is like there's a lot of stories behind it, and that's why like there's a lot of things that I remember, but a lot of things I've also forgotten. So I need to take these articles now that I'm like revisiting these things again. Okay, so yeah, that was the third ascension. Okay, let us look at the fourth ascension, which is this one. And as you can see, like I said, this one and the first one a few people might find problem with. Yeah, but yeah, this is a very beautiful like ascension. You can see there's a lot of lotus like on the water, and there's the snake, and there's like better what are those, like I think that these are like leaf, like are these lotus? No, I don't think these are lotus leaf. I'm not exactly sure. I've seen these leaves before, but I cannot remember what they're called. Anyways, and yeah, and you can see that she's here now. I still wonder what that black spot is on top of her. Is that like the center of creation, or like like the origin of where everything, like where everything started, something like that? I do wonder. Not exactly sure. Like I said, if you guys know anything extra about like all the information that I'm including, anything else you want to add, feel free to comment down below. All right, and yeah, so that was the fourth ascension. So yeah, the second and the third ascension are my favorites. I like I'm gonna switch now and then from second to third, from third to second. Yeah. So I'm pretty happy with all of the ascension arts. All right, let us look at the skills now. Here we're going to see if if she's broken or if she's strong. What is she? Right, the first skill is called Mahamaya. Okay, EX. Charges on NP gauge, overcharges party's NP stage by 1 for 1 time. Okay, 3 turns. NP gauge at level 1 is 30% and level 10 50%. Good, a 50% NP. NP gauge, like charge. It's nice. All right, so like they named the skill Mahamaya. That's kind of interesting because obviously as far as I can remember, Mahamaya is also another name for goddess Durga. And there's also another story behind this whole thing. Not story, I would say, but like a few information. I'm trying to think how to because it's a very interesting topic which I myself am not really that clear about. But I understand what it is, but I'm not able to explain it. You know what? Let me check. Mahamaya. Just a minute. Okay, Mahamaya meaning. Let me see if I can find a proper explanation, because I understand what it is, but I cannot really explain in my words what it is to everyone, because it's a very vague and a very interesting concept. Okay, here it is. I can see someone answered this question. I'm not really sure if this is a good answer or not, but let me read. Okay. What is Maya and Mahamaya in general, and how are you connected to both of them? Okay. Who is Maya in Hinduism? Not who, what, and what Maya is magic. Although in literal sense, Maya means illusion. Yes, it has like different meanings. There's one meaning which means illusion, and Maya is something that we have all around us. Like all the otherworldly desires, all the different desires that we have, that kind of tempt us. I think that is called Maya, which kind of tempts us, maybe anything that we get attracted towards, which kind of makes us lose our way in our soul journey of going to enlightenment. Anything that kind of strays us in a different path is Maya, as far as I understand. But it also has another meaning, another different meaning. Okay, that's what I'm trying to think about. How can I explain it? Okay, now to explain the concept of Maya, allow me to take this scene from the movie Matrix to what? The lead character Neo is bombarded by a hail of bullets, which he calmly stops mid-air before they can hit him. This person is using Matrix to... Okay, interesting. So when Neo stops the bullets mid-air above, he's doing something magical, yes and no. To those who are plugged in and believe that the Matrix is reality, yes, to them Neo is a wizard. Or Magneto from X-Men. Their reactions will be similar to "It's a miracle." On the other hand, those who know that Matrix is an illusion, they know that Neo is no wizard. Oh, interesting. This is how they're explaining it. Okay. He's simply manipulating the Matrix's program by hacking and alternating the signals, in other words, manipulating the illusion. Hence, depending on perspective, Neo is a reality-defying wizard or simply a hacker. But why am I comparing the real concept of Maya to Matrix bending? Because in Hinduism, the mortal realm is not the true reality. Yeah, I don't think it's only Hinduism. I think in every religion, it's kind of like that. Rather in a manner of irreality. In Hindu cosmology, there are multiple realms, lokas, stacked one above the other. The higher a loka, the greater is the relative reality. I think I talked about the lokas in my Lost Spell 4 gameplay as well. The realm of mortals is the Bhuloka, where we mortals reside. Okay, so there's multiple layers: Bhuloka, then Bhuvarloka, Svarloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, and Satyaloka. So each of the lower realms are less real than the upper ones, or in other words, the reality of the lower realm is akin to simulation to the upper ones. Yeah. Hence, in ancient laws where we read of gods and devas doing miracles, it could be possible that since they belong to a higher realm of Devloka, they're capable of altering the illusion that is native to the Bhuloka realm. To the devas, it is an illusion, but to us mortals, it is reality. Hence, their actions come across as miraculous or magical to us. At the top of the stack lies the final realm, or Vaikuntha, the birthplace of Supreme Trinity. This realm is also called the ultimate reality, for at its center lies the all source, or the Paramatma, which is the absolute truth. The prime goal of strictest human adherence is to break through all the irrealities of lokas and manage to ascend to the reality of Vaikuntha. The phenomenon is called moksha in Hinduism, which is also called nirvana in Buddhism, or enlightenment, as you guys know it. The act of liberation, mukti, moksha, the soul of a liberated individual finally reuniting with the all source, the ultimate reality, just like how a raindrop eventually finds its way to the sea. So yeah, kind of correct, I guess. In a way, this person kind of explains it. It's like I said, it's a very interesting concept. But no, this wasn't really the answer I was trying to find. It's like they call goddess Durga like Mahamaya. I think like the way she kind of like shows love to everyone, like all encompassing love to everyone, and kind of keeps us within that illusion or Maya or something like that. I'm not really exactly, like I said, I'm not exactly properly able to explain it. But either way, if you guys have better way of explaining it, you can do it in the comments. Like I said, feel free to do so. Anyways, I was talking about the skills and I went into a different thing. Anyways, alright, let me talk about the skills again. Mahamaya EX charges on NP gauge, overcharges party's NP stage by 1 for 1 time and 3 turns. So there you go. At level 10, it's a 50% NP insta gain. So that's quite good. Also, increases other party's NP stage by 1 time, 3 turns, which is kind of good. Quite good, like it's okay, I guess. A lot of other characters do that, but it's nice to have that, I guess. So yeah, the first skill is kind of good. The second one is called the unapproachable one. A grants self-invincibility for 3 attacks, 3 turns. Oh wait, 3 attacks and 3 turns. Okay. Increase on quick performance for 3 turns. Increases on arts performance for 3 turns. Increases on buster performance 3 turns. Alright, so quick arts plus buster. 3 of them we're getting an increased attack. At level 10, at level 1 is 10%. At level 10 is 20%. So raw damage increased 20%. Okay. And a self-invincibility, 3 attack, 3 turns. There's not only 1 attack, 3 attacks. Okay. Again, a good support skill, I guess. The third skill is called the Third Eye, EX. Okay. Increases on NP damage for 3 turns. Changes all own command card types to arts for 1 turn. Ignore invincibility for 1 turn. So NP damage at level 1 is 20%. At level 10 is 30% increase in NP damage. Okay. Interesting. So you can that's okay. You know what? Like changing all the command cards to arts is kind of good. Like I think you can pair her up with Castoria and she'll deal insane damage, and you can literally loop her continuously. Not continuously, I would say, but you can really loop her a lot. It's very good because the first skill itself gives a 50% NP charge, so you can easily add, I don't know, a CE which gives you 50% NP charge, or if you have a repent skill, you can use a CE which gives her 30% NP charge. So the first turn you can immediately use your Noble Phantasm, and I guess if you use the third skill at the same time, you can literally kind of loop with Castoria, and increase your own yeah, it's very, I feel like it's very easy to loop her. Let me know if I'm correct or incorrect. So yeah. Alright, let's look at the passive skills. The passive skills, okay, so like I said, I think the skill set is okay. It's kind of okay. I feel like based on how you can properly utilize her skills, it's going to make a lot of difference. Alright, passive skill, magic resistance X, increase on debuff resistance by 20%. Riding A, increase on quick performance by 10%. Okay. Independent action C, increases on critical damage by 6%. Goddess Essence B, increases on damage by 225. Increases on debuff resistance by 22.5%. Another debuff resistance. Whoa, so it's like total 40% debuff resistance. That's crazy. Divinely bestowed arms EX increase on R's performance by 10%, increase on critical damage by 10%. He has a really, really good set of passive skills, I can see. Wow. Alright, now, okay, so here's the noble phantasm. It is called Mahishasura Mardini. Okay, there you go, Mahishasura Mardini. O fury, O prayers, O goddess who exterminates the devils. Like, Mahishasura is a, I guess you could call him a devil or like a demon, who goddess Durga, like kind of like kills in the end, using her Trishula. And to kill Mahishasura, all the goddesses gave her all the weapons. And I think there was like there's also a story of Mahishasura, like how he became like one of the biggest threats, and actually kind of challenged the gods and were almost able to defeat the gods. However, goddess Durga was came into being to defeat Mahishasura. I think what was it? Like it was like the story where Mahishasura was a big sage, as far as I can remember. Like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong on a few of these stories I've heard in my childhood. So I'm trying to remember from then. So Mahishasura was a big sage, and he used to pray to, I think, who did he pray to? Was it Brahma? Who was it? I don't remember. So he prayed and he was able to get a boon, and in the boon he asked for I think no male god will be able to kill me or something like that. So even goddess, I think all the male gods would not be able to kill him. Or so. Alright, you know what? Let me look at her noble phantasm first, talk about it, and then I'm going to do a little bit of research and I'm going to talk about this whole thing. Let me complete the whole noble phantasm first. I'll talk about this after that. Alright, noble phantasm type, no, what is it? Okay, effect, increase on damage against enemies with sky attribute for 50% for one. Damn. Okay, sky attribute for 50%. This activates first, obviously. Deals damage to all enemies, reduces the defense for 20% by 3 turns. Okay. At an NPL level 1 is 450% damage, at level 5 is 750%. Overcharge effect deals extra damage against demonic enemies. Okay, at charge 100%, demonic enemies extra damage is 150%. At 200%, 162.5. At 300%, it's 175% extra. 400%, it's 187.5, and at 500%, it's a 200% extra damage. So there you go. Yeah, so interesting. So for sky attribute enemies, she deals extra damage. For the demonic enemies, if you can overcharge her, deals extra damage again. And it also reduces the enemy's defense by 20% for 3 turns. If you can loop her, I feel like that's going to stack, isn't it? Let me know, is it going to stack? I think so. So if you can loop her, you can literally get a lot of defense down back to back. That's crazy, isn't it? Okay. So there you go. So all in all, I think her skills are quite good, very good. It's a solid set of skills. Her noble phantasm is also quite solid, and I feel like her main thing is looping, and she's going to shine in looping. She literally become, I think, the archer looper, AoE arch looper from here onwards. I don't know. Let me know if I'm correct or incorrect, because I feel like you can very easily loop her. It's very easy to loop her as far as I can understand. And yeah. So there you go. Okay, now I'm going to look at Mahishasura, Mahishasura. Alright, okay, Mahishasura. Okay, so I'm going to read this part. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, Mahishasura is a bovine Asura in Hinduism. He is depicted in literature to be a deceitful demon who pursued his evil ways by shape-shifting. Mahishasura was the son of Mahis, buffalo, and the great-grandson of Brahmarishi Kashyapa. He was ultimately killed by goddess Durga with her Trishula trident, after which she gained the epithet Mahishasura Mardini, slayer of Mahishasura. Yeah, the Navaratri, or the 9 nights festival, eulogies this battle between Mahishasura and Durga, culminating in Vijayadasami, a celebration of his ultimate defeat. The story of the triumph of good over evil carries profound symbolism in Hinduism, particularly Shaktiism. Now, Shakti means power, or like something in that sense, like, okay, let me. Shaktism is one of the several major Hindu denominations where the metaphysical reality is considered metaphorically a woman and Shakti, Mahadevi. It's regarded as a supreme godhead. It includes many goddesses and considered aspects of the same supreme goddess. Yeah, and it's both narrated as well, reenacted from the Dehi Maya and the many South and Southeast Asian Hindu temples. No, where's the part where Mahishasura gains the boon? Okay. It's not written here in the Wikipedia article. Wait a minute. Okay, what is the story of Mahishasura? No, not here. Okay, where in. I cannot find it. Okay, here we go. I found it now, finally. Um, okay. Mahishasura's father Rambha was the king of Asuras, traditional enemies of the Devas, Hindu gods, and he once fell in love with a water buffalo, which was in reality a cursed princess, Shyamala. Okay, I don't know about this. Mahishasura was born out of this union. Part of name translates into buffalo. As a result of the unorthodox union, he could take form of either man or buffalo at will. Oh, interesting. Despite the Ashura being on a whole power-seeking, despite the Ashura being on the whole power-seeking deities with no real ethics outside conquest, he was pious in his meditation to Brahma. There you go. This is what I said. He was a big sage, and eventually Brahma rewarded him by granting him a powerful gift boon that he could not be defeated in any battle by any man or god. Here you go. Any man or god. Mahishasura was true to his Asura nature and was quick to abuse Brahma's gift and invaded heaven, defeating Indra, the king of gods, and driving all the Devas out of heaven. The Devas assembled to decide what to do about the invincible Asura, and they decided that since he was invincible to all men and the only way to defeat him was to create a young woman called Durga, empowered by the strength of all Devas. Durga processed to gather an army to fight against Mahishasura and his evil minions, who had become a reign of both terror on both heaven and earth. After 9 days of fighting, Durga finally reached Mahishasura, and by the 10th day, the Asura had been slain by the goddess and peace was restored in the world. Now, you might think, like, it is said that by any man or god, then how was Durga able to kill Mahishasura? As far as I know, obviously, like, Durga, like, obviously, like, Durga is someone, and Durga is Parvati. Parvati is a human. Yeah, like, Parvati was, and there's, like, we need to go to Parvati's, like, there's a lot of connection. Like, we need to go to Parvati's lore after this, if you need to understand how Parvati is a, like, like a human, and how was she like, married to Lord Shiva. There's another big story about that as well. So many stories. So yeah, because of that, like, since Durga is like another alter, like, persona, or like another form of God, like Lord Parvati, she was able to defeat. She's a woman, and at the same time, I think she wasn't really, like, she became a god eventually, I guess. But yeah, like, as far as I remember, Parvati was a human. Let me check. Parvati, yeah. Uma Gauri is a Hindu goddess of power, energy, nourishment, harmony, love, beauty, devotion, motherhood. In her complete form, she is a physical representation of Mahadevi, also known as Adi Shakti, primordial power between the creator of the universe. Okay, yeah, Parvati is the wife of Hindu god Shiva. She's the reincarnation of Sati, the first wife of Shiva, who immolated herself doing a yajna, fire sacrifice. Parvati is the daughter of the mountain king. There you go, Himavan and Queen Mena. Parvati is the mother of Hindu god. There you go. Like, yeah, she was a human. You know what? Still, let me double check. Was Parvati a human? There you go. Before she was Parvati, yeah, she was a human woman form named Sati or Dakshani, and the daughter of Daksha Prajapati, a son of Brahma. Sati loved and married Lord Shiva despite the fact that her father did not like. That is another story, like, behind it. And his, like, Parvati's father did not like God Shiva. And there's another story behind it. So many stories, it's crazy. And I used to know all of these stories when I was a kid. Half of them I don't remember now. And yeah, so okay, like, it's not that Parvati is a human, but she like she's like the reincarnation of like, okay, I think this person kind of explains this a little bit better. She isn't a mere human. She's the incarnation of goddess Adishakti, the eternal consort of Lord Shiva, his source of power, the breath of life in all living and well as non-living. She had to be separated from Lord Shiva to bring life in the world. After millennia, she was born in the form of Sati to Prajapati Daksh and Prasuti to reunite with Shiva and complete the creation, since energy is nothing without a body or mass. Both Shakti and Shiv were incomplete without each other, and their union meant complete life or creation. Then, after a turn of events, Sati gave up her life since she had realized that she could not unite with Shiva in his true sense in this birth. After that, goddess Adishakti took birth as Parvati, the daughter of Himavan and Mainavati. In this life, she cleansed her human body through meditation and yoga 5,000 years and finally united with Lord Shiva. Hence, she is not a mere human but mother of all. Yeah, in a way. So it's not really that simple. In a way, she's also human, but at the same time, she's not. It's like kind of like that. So all that stuff. Anyways, I kind of like talked a little bit more about this because I remember listening to all of these stories. There's a lot of things in like in Hindu mythology about like gods and goddesses and stuff. And I used to listen to all of this when I was a kid, and I and it's been a while, so I've kind of forgotten most of them. But it's kind of coming back to me little by little. So it's very nice to kind of get to revisit all of these, and yeah. So, anyways, that was it, guys. That was my reaction to Goddess Durga and Kali, and yeah, like I think the video is already uploaded. I've already got her in JP. So yeah, I'm very happy. In NA, like I said, she became like okay. So now the question: will I summon for her in NA? Yes, I will. First priority in 2025. After her, all the other characters. Like she'd be my first priority, and I'll always keep like 900 quads saved just for her in case I don't get her quick. In case I need to hit the pity. So I'll do that in 2025. So yeah, and there you go. So I'm I'm quite happy. I'm very happy, and I like how in the second Ascension they gave her an actual sari. Like this is something that I really wanted, and I'm glad that they gave her sari in her second Ascension. And again, I'm repeating this. This is my reaction and my opinion on this. Not necessarily me being happy about a character doesn't mean that everyone else will share my sentiment. And if you think that, oh, like he's an Indian, he's happy about it, that means all Indians are happy, is fine. I don't think that is the case. I can just speak for myself, and that is what I'm doing here. I'm happy. I'm a big FGO fan. I've been playing this game for like how many? Almost 6 years. So yeah, like getting to see a character from from Hindu mythology, a character that I personally love and worship, getting a representation in this game is something that at least I take in a positive way. So, and that's just me. Other people might not share the same sentiment. So thank you for watching, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, and comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that's it. Thank you for watching again, and I will see you guys in the next Fate Random Order video I make. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.